Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to my World of Warships series, where I showcase some of the most historic American World War I and World War II ships. Last time was a bit of a sad time, as we saw the St. Louis go down fairly quick. I think it was at its second match, not too sure. It was a while back. But today, I'm going to showcase the Sansom Destroyer. Now, the Sansom Destroyer is actually, at least the way I play it, it's a bit more aggressive way of playing. So the chances of us going down are fairly high. We will probably go down much faster than when playing any cruiser. I'm not a big fan of playing destroyers, but I'll do it for the show. I'll do it so that you guys could get another perspective on the different battle strategies and different styles of play in the world of Warship. So, without further ado, let's get down to it. Let's break down the Sansom. The Sansom artillery, well, it's nothing to write home about. We're basically talking about a reload time of 7 seconds and a damage that's fairly low. I mean, that is just... I mean, the only reason to use the Samson's main battery is basically to point them towards your torpedo, because that is the main way of doing damage with destroyers. It's just torpedoing the F, well, you know what I'll just say, the fuck out of your opponent. And here we go, look at that, 5,900 damage, maximum damage with a torpedo. Hit him on the right spot, it's gonna go down. That's the way we roll with destroyers. Also, there's another position that the Sansom and any other destroyer is pretty good for. It's basically for securing other bigger and larger ships from being taken down by anti-air airplanes and such. And so you're able to run support for those larger and big and more damaging ships with your anti-aircraft armament. The good thing about most destroyers is how fast they are. They can get up there in 30 knots pretty fast. So that's a great thing. And the best thing about it, that is a key when you're playing a destroyer, is your detectability by range and sea. The detectability of the Sansom, which is a tier 2, and the tier 2 we're not going to see many air units, is 5.9. That's a great thing, guys. That's an amazing thing. You want to have that all day, every day of the week. Because 5.9, you don't want to go above you don't want to get closer to any opponent closer than 5.9, because then you'll be detected. You want to be that. There are no submarines in World Warships, so this is as submarine as submarine can get, you know, as a ship can get. The Sansom is a destroyer that can sneak into your opponent, shoot a couple torpedoes, and just bounce. Watch your opponent, see how he acts with torpedoes, and shoot another wave of torpedoes. Now, your cover will be blown if you use your main batteries. The moment you use your main batteries, you'll be detected almost automatically by any nearby units. Doesn't matter whether you're 5.9 or even 4.9 or 3.9. As soon as you fire those batteries, it's game over. That is the reason at this the way I'm going to play this Sansom is I'm barely going to fire those main batteries. They're going to be fired strategically, for the purpose of either putting somebody down or for the purpose of luring somebody into my torpedoes. Very strategic. This is going to be one of those, and the survivability on this, they're made of paper. The hit points are 8,500. I think the Erie has more hit points than the Sansom. Look at that. Yes, it does. So we have to be very careful, because these destroyers are a paper thing. You're not meant to engage with them. You're meant to scout and at the same time not be scouted. Support when we're playing against aircraft units, but at this point we don't have to worry about that because we're only at tier 2. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin with the Sansom. Let's do a co-op battle just to test the waters. and hopefully we'll be successful, and we can move on to the real thing. Solomon Island. Solomon Island, it is a great place to be a destroyer. Mainly because B is an area that destroyers are very effective at protecting. So we can go in here at B, shoot a couple of torpedoes, maybe capture it. Not gonna be too eager to do that. You know, I mean, we're not a force to be reckoned with. We're just a little guy who comes in, stabs, and runs away. That's what we're gonna play as, and also support the other units, like with some little bit of damage if there's no risk for us, that is, you know. Alright, see, another great thing about it is that you don't have to worry about teamwork. You could just pretty much do your own thing when you're playing as a destroyer. That has its own benefit in its own. Alright, let's move in, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving in. There is no reason to switch to AP when you're playing as a destroyer. You want to apply B buff at all time. Okay, that's your thing. You just apply B buffs. B buffs all day, all day, every day. See, those two destroyers on my left are headed over to B point. So you know what? I think the B point is going to be overcrowded. I'm gonna head to A. I think they can handle B. If they cannot handle B, I'll swing by and try to help them out as much as possible. But for the most part, I think they got it. So we're just gonna go ahead and explore A. See if we can do a torpedo here or two. Not shoot anybody. Not give up our position. If anything, swing around. You know, if possible. But you know, it's a problem with swinging around and trying to go towards the area because. As a destroyer, what you want to do is when things are getting hairy and you see yourself being surrounded by too many opponents, you want to retreat to where your group is. All right. So you always want to be sure you know where your allies are because that's where you're going to be retreating at. So I know if I see a lot of guys coming in this way, I shoot my torpedoes and get the fuck out. Yeah, and I don't want to get close. I don't want anybody to be closer to me than 7 or 6. No, 7 is good. If I see somebody at 7.0 or something of that category, I run. Whether it's a destroyer or a cruiser, I run back to my ship because I'm not going to be engaging anybody. I'm just going to be using destroyers and running. Torpedoes and running. Torpedoes and running. All right, so we have. That's 9.7, the nearest unit. That's okay. That's good. Alright, we gotta be careful coming in here. Some torpedoes sometimes show up around the area, so we have to be careful. Let's get our torpedo going, since we're talking about that. You know, we can press it again for a much shorter arc, but I think a wider arc is the way to go for now. I'm not pinpointing targeting anybody at this particular point. Let's just figure out what's going on here. 10.8, the nearest enemy. That's good. I like it that way. I'm capturing the area, even though I don't really want to be doing that. But it's okay. I'm just swinging around this corner, peeking out, see what's there, shoot my torpedoes, get the fuck out. And if I can capture A, bonus. Who doesn't like a bonus? I like a bonus. As a third, Hashidate at 12.0. Not a bit concerned. I'm actually thinking about I might get closer to it. 8.6 Hermlin. That's a little scary, and it's getting closer. Is it at 8.4? Is it gonna get closer than that? All right, I'm identifying every single one of them. It looks like the party is happening around B. I am gonna get closer. I capture A, as you can see. That was one move on my part. Hopefully there aren't any destroyers who can detect me here. I can barely see those numbers over there. 8.4. I think once I hit 7, I'm gonna start turning around. I don't want to be detected at all, honestly. They're all playing 7.8 over there, 7.7, 7.6, 7.4. Okay, it's time to start turning here. I do not want to be detected by them. Really don't want that to happen to me. 7.1. Alright, it's time to turn. Shoot my torpedoes and turn. Yeah, 6.9. I do not want to be detected, so I'm going to be turning here fast as I can. 5.8. Oh, so that he might have detected me. Might have detected me. We'll find out if they start shooting at me. We'll know if I got detected or not. Alright, looks like my torpedoes are ready for another launch, and I'm gonna launch them. Let's get over at 8.0 distance, and before we make another U turn, I just want to be shooting torpedoes left and right. Some of them are gonna hit, great. Some of them are not gonna hit. Oh well, life. And see, we gotta make sure we make those nice sharp turns. It looks like I don't have much to worry about. I can close in without much fear. Alright, we're at 7. Time to start turning again. There you go. Keep turning, keep turning. Oh, looks like I may have been spotted by that torpedo over there. By the Samson over there. But we'll see if they start shooting at me, whether they actually spotted me or not. 6.4. Looks like I've gone majorly unnoticed. And maybe one of my torpedoes is going to hit. No, torpedoes disappear, because that's another thing. Your torpedoes have a certain range. Right now,
our victory is in sight.
I'm protecting A, the way I see it. Let's do it again. Swing by. I'm making sure that anybody who comes this way is going to be met by a nice little wall of torpedoes. You know, it's a very different way of playing the game when you play a destroyer. See right here, there's one guy left. Now we can switch to HE and begin shooting, because you know, let's get in range first. Y, super speed, because why not? I have nothing to worry about. This game is already over. Not much action on my part, but I didn't get shut down. I did my job in taking control of A. You know, it's just it's destroyer play. That's how you play destroyer. At least that's how I know how to play destroyer. All right, let's go back to port. Let's see if there's any upgrades. If there's some upgrades to torpedoes, I'm taking it, because obviously, you know, that's how this. There you go. There is upgrade. What does this do? What does this do? This increases reload time -1 second on torpedoes. Maximum damage, good. Torpedo speed, good. Torpedo range is still bad. Does this increase torpedo range? No, just the main battery range. All right, that's a shame, but we're getting it. Yeah, research it. There you go. Get a bit more range too, why not? There you go. And do we have the money for this? Of course we do. This will give me more maneuverability and better, more hit points. And better anti-aircraft defense, which at this tier you don't really need it, but that's okay. I see any particular upgrades here. Torpedo modification. I think I'll get this. Yeah, it's important. Yeah, I'll get so that my torpedoes, so that I can continue. So 20% chance, less likely for torpedoes to get hit. That's a good thing. All day, every day. What's my range now of my artillery? 8.6 kilometer. Alright, that's good. I could deal with that. Alright, let's without further ado, let's go straight into random battles.